Hello everyone, this is Jack and welcome back to a brand new video. Episode 17, if I'm not mistaken, of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. We're nearing the end of this game. Really close to it. I'm pretty sure there's still 2 episodes left, counting with this one. 5 and 10 a.m. Oh boy, it's really close. We're almost gone. Chapter 17 will shed some light on us, maybe? The upended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. And what was that? Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Eek! Yeah, Eek is right. Okay. Much of junk. Oh, wow. Almost looks like me. I see you managed to survive, detective. Oh, hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along. Of course. What else would I explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of the sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Cecil, look at you. What happened? I can't hold on that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memories. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Cecil. Cecil, my name isn't Cecil. I bet you'll remember really soon. You're such a troll. Who you are and who I am too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my head. A memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I really feel I'm one step closer to the truth. Interesting. Oh wow, sorry about this. They got us. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. This engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. Sorry. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they want now. They want it now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had. They had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has 2 effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we like to hear more. Radiation's power effects. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. Okay. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects, and in my case swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get, and it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose I got these powers? It's simple. Is it? How then? Is it how then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite's radiation. That's what it does. That's what does it. Dying while being exposed by the radiation. Yeah, all of them had the same problems. On that day 10 years ago, kaboom, kablamo, splash, I got pierced by a piece of meteorite. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Poor little doggy died right in the hole. Which was kind of weird, falling backwards, but whatever. Aren't the Temsig remnants still right there at that park at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation has on us, the meteorite's radiation has on us, is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is the ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? Ah, this is also strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? Contradictory existence. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because of the radiation, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. Oh, okay, so it was always in between for 10 years. Wow. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before my death. Just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me. Ever since that incident in the park, my body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with a scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Exactly as he was before dying. Interesting. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister. and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsik. Okay, interesting. Detective Jode was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanela and that junkyard super, they were slated to be whipped out too. Okay. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So so they stole my Temsik fragment, and here I am. So you're a victim too. The best victim ever. But they had one more final target. Me? What? You, detective? Me? One final target. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jode's case. Tonight, I invited you to be to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. Okay, I see. I told you who I was, but I never saw my face that day 10 years ago. Wait, I know who we are. Oh, suddenly it makes so clear. I know who we are. We're not him. Oh, I'll tell you all about this later. It just clicked on me right now. I know exactly who we are. So of course you didn't recognize me. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, wait, I know. Oh, I hope I'm right. Okay. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. So easy. Yeah, so easy, really. No. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. Boom. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. Kaboom. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. Oh, exclamation point. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Ha! The inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused caused me no end of trouble. Okay, but why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsik meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jodes case. They thought you would find out about Temsik sooner or later. Yeah, that makes sense. What now? Probably going to die here. Whatever. We're ghosts anyway. That's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for the water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no. There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up to the phone lines and there are no communication cables down this deep. And they meant for this submarine to be a coffin of the dead. There's no escape. Oh. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. Oh, you what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine, sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Pretty much, yeah. Lynn? Camilla! Is it true we're stuck here? What? Well... If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. Save us? Oh no. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsik fragment and escape? What if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. I have no idea where it was launched to. So yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, something clicked. Yes, we do. This will tell us where Detective Jode is. That present from the inspector in white. That's right, Detective Jode told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Yes. We should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. Your powers, right, Miss Lynn? Our powers, with our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Yeah. Right. Oh, wait a minute. What about a torpedo? A torpedo? Yeah. In any case, it's way too early to give up. It is. It looks like Detective Jode is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. Okay, what now? Can open the door. Operate the control panel. Food. And dial the phone. Torpedo room. Torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room to the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jode up, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, we'll see you there then. See you there. Meanwhile, looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load into the load it into the tube. When it comes to the missile, we can count. You can count on me. Okay. I'll enter the coordinates to of the torpedo room into I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Read properly. Thank you. Blah blah. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. Thank you. Alright, so I think... oops. What happens if I do this? I can switch them. I can swap them. No. Let's talk to Lynn. How's it going there? I'm just calculating the command room coordinates now. I have to put it in a slight offset, though. I don't want to blow it up. I'm sure Detective Jode would appreciate that. Well, leave this to me. Good luck with loading the missile. Okay, thanks. Loading the missile. But how? What? Talk to the lady. Please help my dad, Cece. I'll be okay here. I'm not scared. Leave it to me, Camilla. We'll be back with your father to save you, I promise. Wait a minute, Cecil. What is it? What you just said. I wanted to say that. Thank you, Missile. We can do it. I know we can. Alright. Okay, I don't want to switch them again. Can I operate this? This is the broken one, right? Yeah, I thought so. So, Doggy, please move. That's what I want. And Cecil, go there and trick this. That's reversed. That's weird. My head, that's reversed. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end too. But something's odd. What is it? The command room, it looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely running out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Right. Okay, hop in the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I just be moving left, like, go. I've already set the torpedo's course. I'll head towards the command room where Detective Jode is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Oh, wow. Okay, I got it. And then we'll be able to find a way to come back to save you. That'll probably be the last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I swapped the switch so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Cecil. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. Will we be able to use the other ghost? I want you to go, Missile. But Miss Lynn, you staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again, never ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla, I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla! Thank you, Missile, for coming. That's a good boy, Missile. Now are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch. We're ready. Have to count, right? Sissel? Yes. I have never found out who you really are. Who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I am truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right, we promise, little lady. Of course we will. I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes then. Good luck, friend. Okay, ready? Oh, wow. Ready to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Oh boy. It's cinematic. I don't have control over it. Detective Jode! I bet that big masked man did it. I'm going to bite him. You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jode. Cool. Detective Jode. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jode. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jode about everything that happened on the submarine Yonoa. So the submarine is badly damaged. Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us. I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jode. Are you Yomiel? Yomiel. It's the name of the guy? Oh. So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel. I guess I'm saying his name right. That's right. But those people on the Yonoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jode? Right. About Yomiel. 10 years ago, you were at the top systems engineer, were you? Weren't you? Top system engineers, what is that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian. You know? Well, this is kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multidimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It does sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secret might attract. Top secrets, of course. I never thought of the life of me. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. Okay, that was really messed up. By the way, Detective Jode, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm sorry, Yomiel. A real motive for revenge. 10 years ago, a meteorite struck, and I died. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my power? It didn't help anybody. Not even a passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea, an overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? Really? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. Okay, the deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I am sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but What would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for two conditions. Number one was that they helped me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth? A new beginning, hey? I didn't care if it was a fake life or an artificial life. I wanted a physical receptacle for my soul. A name, an identity, and an everyday life. I wanted to grow old and in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right. I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. Okay, I see, betrayal. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my power on their own. And they even figured out what Temsik was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this. Not at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? No, they couldn't. It was impossible. After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanela and the old pigeon guy, hey? At the moment, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. I was afraid of that. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsik meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsik meteorite. So that's it, hey? Yeah, basically they wanted to cover it up, make it, like, not exist anymore. So the upshot of your grand deal was this, hey? Yeah, this is the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What is that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jode back to life, of course. What? What's good with that? What good will that do now? But we promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Jode. I have been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Rewind time. I thought we were going to cut the chapter there, but I guess not. Let's see then. 4 minutes before Detective Jode's death. So, where are we headed? We are headed. We are not headed anywhere, detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped there. That you're trapped here too. By the way, I'm not human, detective. That's cool. I wish I could do that with my head. I'm a remote-controlled robot, detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there, and it's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibilities, no matter how small, detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, detective. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now it's time to say goodnight, or goodbye, detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, detective. Camilla, forgive me. Oh wow, that was such a death. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big man, masked man said. An impossibility no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. A possibility of turning the situation around. Huh? What is it, detective? Look at Yomiel's shell. There is no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? We will save Yomiel. Sissel. I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is. That they are afraid of. What is it? My time has perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body is cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see. That means we can go back. We can go back 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move! Oh yeah, we rewind time, we'll save. Fantastic. I didn't. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's going back a long time ago, 10 years ago to be exact, and see exactly what happened and save the situation. I fell back through the cracks of time, through what seemed like forever, and then I saw it, the final death, at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? Have I already seen all of the clues? All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Oh boy, I'm excited. Episode 18, I bet. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. We are really at the end of this, and revelations will be made next episode. I believe we are a certain character that we never really talk about much. So basically, I understand that the lamp guy is the real spirit of Yomiel, which was talking to us. But who are we? And that's the good question. I think I know who it is, but I won't tell you because I don't want to. But it's here. It's here in my head, and I will tell you if I was right or not. I will be sincere. Don't worry about it. Next time, chapter 18. Wow, incredible. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm speechless once again, and I'm really happy. I'm really enjoying this one. See you next time. Goodbye.